What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jingles once again, and we are looking into week 5 right now, which is actually we're actually more than halfway through the season now. We're really trying to solidify that playoff spot, and just to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown, I don't want to spoil anything yet. If you haven't seen week 4, I'll give you a couple of seconds to click away because I'm going to be talking a little bit about what happened. I don't want to spoil it because it was just such a good set. So I'll give you 3, 2, 1. So against John Luke in week 4, we actually fell short. It was a very, very close set. It was a very, very, how do I really put it? Like, it was just, I don't want to give away any of like the crazy moments because there was probably one of the more important moments of the season that happened in game 1. But I'll let you guys be the judge of exactly how that one went. I know the comments have been great, but we did fall 1-0, 1-0. You can't lose any tighter than that to a very good player who's at the top of the leaderboard right now in John Luke. So we need to make up some ground because I actually think I said in my post-game interview, I'm like, it's not the fact that I lost that's really annoying, and it was a fun game. And I wasn't even frustrated by the loss and how I lost. It was the fact that I didn't pick up early any tiebreakers. I lost 2 games in a row, and it's the first tiebreaker is your game differential, and I was like, I really wish I took at least a game. I think you saw me in week 1 when I took a game and I lost. I was like, well, at least I took a game, helps with the tiebreakers. The kill differential was nice. You only go -2 on the week. So my kill differential is actually pretty good right now for a 2-2 record. But again, that's not the one that really matters. The one is the game differential. So I've got to start taking a game if I do lose. But so I really need to make up some ground this week against Ciscomoo in week 5. Ciscomoo is I've actually gotten to know Cisco a little bit over the past couple of years now. I think we collabed a little bit on like some like ladder teams. Like he used a couple of mine, I used a couple of his, things like that, and we just been kind of talking for a little while now, and I thought I'd get him involved in something like this, and he does very much enjoy it. His content's fantastic. I love watching his stuff. He's so entertaining. He builds like the weirdest teams, the most fun teams, themed mostly, and they're just a lot of fun, just different than your just standard cores and stuff like that. So if you're looking for really interesting teams to try out, and just some fun commentary, and he's just a solid guy, go check out his channel. I'll have his channel link in the description below, and also his perspective of the match. So when you're done with this, go check out what he was thinking and his thoughts process and all that fun stuff. So that is the player of Ciscomoo. His team, so let's dive into his team a little bit. He actually started the draft with the first overall pick in Iron Hands. I thought it was a good pick. I think he mentioned he was looking at Roaring Moon, and I said, if you wanted to get that, I probably wouldn't get it first overall. Like in a Reg F draft that this stacked, there's so many good Pokemon with the first overall pick, and Iron Hands, I think he said he wanted both. I'm like, well, you better go for Iron Hands first. Iron Hands ain't gonna be there when you get back. This thing is just an absolute wall. It's a tank. Not many things can one-shot it. Even like you can survive a Terra Fairy Specs Flutter Mane with an item and some investment and stuff, which is not easy to do from one of the strongest Pokemon in history. So it can do that. So I think it's just a great switch in, and you can pivot, and you can volt switch by pivot by hard switching and volt switching, and you can fake out when you get back on, absorb hits, and you would think just a tank you wouldn't have that much offense, but 140 attack stat, yeah, that's bananas. So anyway, so Iron Hands is definitely going to be very difficult for me to deal with. I know that in Trick Room, like I did it's funny, I'll get into exactly my team and why I picked my team and why I didn't pick certain things on my team if you're looking at the matchup on the screen or had looked it up on the screen. There's certain Pokemon had looked good, and then they actually don't look as good because of the matchup. So Iron Hands is definitely a product of that. So but next, so Iron Hands is very good. We all know what it does. The next Pokemon he has on his team is Heatran. The immunity to fire makes my Gouging Fire matchup a little difficult. So this thing is really annoying late game, which is really frustrating. It's got a really high special attack stat. It's got a great ability, and then it just gets coverage. I think it gets like Power Gem, Earth Power, Energy Ball, all those fun things. But then just the Steel and the Fire moves just hit so hard. And if you get positioning, remove the ground moves on the team, find out where they are, or just defensively Terra, you're just fine. So this thing can be very annoying late game once certain tools are removed. Farigiraf is going to be his main way of setting Trick Room, I believe, this week. The anti priority is probably one of the ways to go. I don't think my team has a lot of priority, so it's not really a big deal, but it's a really bulky Trick Room setter, and the Throat Spray set is just very, very, very hard to deal with once it gets going. Next, we've got the Mimikyu, his secondary Trick Room setter. I think this probably is less likely to come than anything, just because, like, I feel like you want to bring the Farigiraf. I don't know why you'd bring both. It's possible, but, you know, again, like, you need certain tools on a team to actually make things go, right? So I like one or the other, not so much just one, but it is possible. You never know. They are played very, very differently. They don't share any weaknesses, which is fantastic. And you got the substitute on the Mimikyu, basically with its disguise ability, and then for a Giraffe you have the other ability with the armor tail stopping a priority. So maybe the Mimikyu, they're both immune to Vega, which is a really nice thing to enable that Iron Hands. Gyarados, on the other hand, Intimidate does hurt my Pokemon. Ogerpon, unfortunately, can't be holding an item because it has the mask. So Intimidate does hurt the Ogerpon and all of the Ogerpons for the most part, except for the base form. But yeah, Gyarados is actually really annoying, so I'm definitely expecting some sort of support Gyarados. Just to make things as difficult as possible, maybe like T-Wave, maybe like Waterfall, Icy Wind, maybe, and yeah, and just the Intimidate switching in and out could make things very difficult for my team. Meowscarada, I think, is really good. Like, it's probably going to be the candidate for Focus Sash this week, or actually Choice Band. I actually think that the reason I have like a defensive Terra on Cresselia, because I know that Choice Band knockoff really just threatens that Cresselia, so I definitely expect them to be leading something very aggressive to stop my really good Trick Room mode. My team has been known for that. But yeah, Meowscarada is very frustrating to deal with the U-turn, the knockoff, the Flower Trick, you know, like, because I've got my Mudsteel, I've got my Primarina Flower Trick, so Meowscarada is very difficult for it, so maybe a Focus Sash, maybe a Choice Band, something like that is what I'm expecting. Noivern is his faster form of speed control. I don't think my team really screams it, but I did make some transactions, so it is possible he brings a Noivern. But just to kind of match mine, I did pick up I made a couple of transactions to grab a Tailwind setter, so it could be there, but I'm not exactly sure what the Noivern's going to be doing against my team offensively. Like, maybe the Gouging Fire, like you could hit it with the Draco Meteor, so it's possible. He's been bringing it and leaning on it, so I think it's probably maybe likely it's coming, but we'll have to see. I'll break it all down. You can argue for or against the Noivern if it's coming. Gliscor, Gliscor, however you pronounce it. It's a very frustrating Pokemon to deal with, but at the same time, I think I can just wall it with Cresselia. So I think it's okay. Like, the scary part is with Gliscor is when it gets a Sword Stance off. That's the hard part. When it starts going and you just snowball it. Without any boost, this thing is not threatening at all. Like, I'm not afraid of the Toxic Stall one. Like, it's more so the setup one that's annoying. Like, you know, the one that we're talking about, Roost and Toxic Orb and the Poison Heal. I don't care about that. I'm just gonna wait you out and I'll be fine. Frostmoth. The Frostmoth makes a few matchups that I wanted to go with initially very difficult. Even with like some defensive Terras, I was like, oh, I'll just go this defensive Terra and deal with this. But then I lose to the Frostmoth. Okay. Well, what do? I change this up, and you have to be able to deal with all 10 Pokemon on the team. So unfortunately, Frostmoth does hit things so differently than everything else. It's just very frustrating. It doesn't get the Freeze Dry, thank God, but it does get like Quiver Dance stuff. It gets Tailwind. Just in case you want to go Trick Room, you can go Calm Mind. But I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure this Frostmoth is coming. Pretty sure. But the Pincurchin, not a real Pokemon. I've tried it. It's just a little guy. It's just a little guy. He's doing his best, but unfortunately, it's not a real Pokemon, guys. Like, if you draft this thing, you love it. And again, to have some fun, if you want to draft it because it's fun, go for it. That's what we're all here for. But I'm not afraid of this thing in the slightest. I don't even know what it's doing. So, but anyway, so that is Cisco's roster. So let's get into, let me see what is coming. Yeah, I did kind of talk a little bit about it, and I might be contradicting myself a little bit, but I did do a real list of exactly what I think is coming. And then there's a possible, maybe more than possible. I just want to do the 5, 3, and 2. So if you look at the screen right now, what I'm expecting is we have the Iron Hands, the Heatran, the Farigiraf, Gyarados, and Meowscarada. I think those are very important pieces. What the other last Pokemon is, it really comes down to how he wants to play, because the Farigiraf will offer you the Trick Room mode, or it could just stop it from happening, right? With the Imprison, Roar, things like that. I know at Worlds we saw some Roar Farigiraf, so we have to be ready for things like that. The Noivern, I don't know if you want to set a Tailwind, because you can't reset your Tailwind. A Trick Room you can stop and you can reset Trick Room, you know, just flip it every other turn if you really, really wanted to. But Tailwind, once it's up, it's up. Like, I could set my fastest Pokemon in Trick Room against your Tailwind mons that are middle speed, and I underspeed them in Trick Room. So Tailwind's a little bit of a commitment, so I don't know if I'm expecting that this week. So that's why I have Mimikyu, Noivern, and the Frostmoth in the possible. I think the Frostmoth's more likely than possible. It's probably going to be the 6th mon, in my opinion, just because, it hits things so much differently. I'm not exactly sure which one we're going to get. Like, it definitely adjusted my strategies based on the abilities Frostmoth has. It gets the Shield Dust ability, so I can't flinch it, fake it out, things like that. Also, it gets the Ice Scales. That's what it is. It gives it a major boost to its special defense that's already very high. So one or the other. There's going to be a little bit of fact finding or scouting in game 1 once I see it, or whenever it hits the field, right? So and then we have the unlikely. I've got Gliscor and Pincurchin, because it's not like Gliscor is a bad Pokemon this week. It's more so I do feel like you need other tools this week than that. Bringing Gliscor is more of a luxury. I like the setup and things like that. I do have to prepare for it, because you never know exactly what people have in store for your matchup. They're prepping against you, I'm prepping against them, so it's just a matter of which route he decides to take, right? So I just think Gliscor is unlikely. Pincurchin's definitely not coming. I'm not even giving this thing a second look. If he brings it, sure, I'll adapt, I guess, right? But anyway, that is Cisco's team. That is what I think he's bringing. Let's dive into my team. But before we start with my team, I want to get into the transactions that I made. So I made a few transactions to kind of solidify the team. I do feel like my team was lacking in a couple of areas. There was one, I do really, really like the Tricker mode that the team has. I kind of coped a little bit with the Klefki. Okay, well, I have the T-Wave spam, things like that, to deal with my fast mode if I wanted to. But unfortunately, without any sort of Tailwind on the team, or any sort of fast Tailwind, like last week we went for like the Nemorous Therian with the Tailwind, and it was okay. It actually worked. I set it up pretty well. And it actually did exactly what I wanted it to, which was odd. Caught him off guard. He was very surprised when I saw his perspective. But it's just, it doesn't threaten right off the bat. There's no like turn 1 damage on the fast side with something like that. So I decided to go ahead and add Iron Jugulus to the team. I dropped the Klefki. I'll get into the 3 moves and exactly why I made those moves. So I ended up dropping the Milotic and the Enamorous and the Klefki, which is crazy, because I thought 2 of those 3 Pokemon are very, very important to this team. And the Milotic was also just a little bit of a nice piece on the team. It's come a few weeks and done fairly well. Okay, missed Muddy Waters. I got mad at it and dropped it, I guess. But no, so here's my reasoning behind the transaction. So I dropped the Milotic and the Enamorous, and I grabbed the Primarina. So the reason I did that is because they kind of, both of the, yes, they're not the exact same thing, but you kind of recreate the 2 Pokemon in one. So the Milotic and the Enamorous were worth, what, 23 points combined, 12 and 11 points apiece, and then the Primarina was 15. So I was able to grab Primarina for 15, drop 23 points, so I can actually add some sort of speed control or fake out or whatever it is that I did not have, which I feel like the team was lacking a little bit. So that was one, and I'm comfortable with Primarina. That was the other thing. So I've used it before. I've done well with it. Actually, probably the most drafted Pokemon I've ever drafted, because I feel like I've had it on like 4 teams in my life. So so I'm comfortable with it. I like it, so figured I'd grab it. Unfortunately, Enamorous was just cheap. It was good enough, but you know, we needed to, you know, it's not like they're bad Pokemon. Again, guys, if you guys, I still stand by how good they were, but based on how the team was playing, I needed to get another piece, and this is how I was able to do it. So I dropped those 2, grabbed the Prim. What did I replace with the remaining 2 picks? Because again, you have to finish just the same amount of roster pieces. There's no flexibility with your roster slots in this league. So I ended up grabbing Iron Jugulus for 13 points. The more I looked at Iron Jugulus, the more I thought it fit better on this team. Because it was just like, okay, I don't have a Dark type yet, which is really nice, because the Anti-Prankster, you have Dark Stab, things like that. I was losing my flying type in Enamorous, so I was like, okay, Iron Jugulus does that. So the typing was fantastic. So I like that right off the bat. It gets the booster energy Tailwind. The Snarls, another thing too, like as we were talking, I was talking with a few people in my front office, and it was just like, you know what? Having Snarl on something other than Gouging Fire makes it so Gouging Fire doesn't have to run it. Yeah, Gouging Fire can sit there and do what it wants to do offensive things, right? So Iron Jugulus adds that as well. And again, we just kept on looking through the kit, and it was like, wow, look at all the crazy things this thing gets. And it just works really well with the team, so it fit perfectly. We were looking at like Tornadus Therian in the same tier and things like that. And I didn't like them as much as Jugulus, so we added her to the team, so we got it. And the last Pokemon that we added for 5 points, just to the same out is the same in, the amount of points, we grabbed Berserker. I did drop my Steel type in the Klefki, so I did want to have that typing at least because it's so good. And I wanted Fake Out. One of the things is I just really wanted Fake Out on the team because it allows me, so now I can go Fake Out Trick Room, I can go Follow Me Trick Room, I can go Damage Trick Room, I can, you know what I mean? I have different ways of getting the Trick Room up because the mode is so strong, so. And now my sweepers are Primarina and Mudsdale, maintaining my fairy, my special fairy, and my physical ground. And I think that's a very, very devastating duo for Terra types on your opponent's side of the field. So they have to make a decision. They can't stop both. So Berserker also adds a bunch of offense too. It's another Trick Room sweeper, potentially if you run like Steel Spirit, whatever it might be. Tough Claws is very strong, 110 attack. This thing does do a lot of damage, so it can help set Trick Room up with the Fake Out Trick Room and start applying pressure and doing damage. So I do like the Berserker on this team as well. So now our team is going to be Gouging Fire, Ogerpon, Primarina, Cresselia, Iron Jugulus, Gengar, Mudsdale, Berserker, Paldea Tauros, and Ampharos. So that is the new roster going into week 5. And let's dive into the actual team I'm bringing against Cisco this week. This is a little bit longer of an intro, so if you guys do want to skip ahead to the battle, that's fine. I do have timestamps, but maybe find out how the team is designed to play, and then once you guys actually watch the match, it makes a little bit more sense exactly the thought process. So first, I'm going to talk about Gouging Fire. As always, I always like talking about my ace first. It is very hard to make a case to not bring this thing most weeks, so the Gouging Fire, we are bringing a Choiced Band set. You heard me correctly, a Choiced Band. This thing in the sun with a Choice Band, it hits so freaking hard if you get that Photosynthesis attack boost and the Flare Blitz. So you have 120 power Flare Blitz. Yes, we're running Flare Blitz instead of the Heat Crash because there are a few heavier Pokemon on the team, so we wanted the base power rather than non-recoil move. So it's always a toss-up which one you want to do each week. So the Photosynthesis attack and the Choice Band and Flare Blitz just does massive, massive, massive damage. And as I mentioned in the preview with Cisco's team, the Iron Hands and the Iron Hands Farigiraf was just such a strong lead. And cool thing about it is you probably don't want to Terra out of, you know, something when you're just neutral into things. So we could just go for a Sunny Day with our Iron Jugulus. And then just go for the Flare Blitz and just delete either the Iron Hands or the Farigiraf. And we can get into actually playstyle stuff. I think I mentioned it in Game 1 as well. But but that actually brings me to the Iron Jugulus. We do have Sunny Day on there as well. Covert Cloak, and you'll notice that there was Terra Ghost on the Gouging Fire as well, and the Covert Cloak on Iron Jugulus. Very, very nice combination in a Terra format, because now either side can't be faked out if you really, really wanted to. So that's why I like the Terra Ghost, and I have the Covert Cloak on the Iron Jugulus. So we have Sunny Day to actually boost the damage from the Gouging Fire, enabling it. We have the Dark Pulse Earth Power. I think anytime you have a ground move when you're facing Heatran is just very, very handy. So you try to have it on as many things as possible. So and then we have Protect on the Jugulus, just because it does do a lot of damage. We have some special attack investment at 196. But yeah, so we have enough speed. So 165. What do we target for that one? 165 with the booster energy. Where is it? We wanted to go for... Why is it 165? Why is it 165? Neutral, 252. I need to explain myself here. What in the world is 165? Oh, you know what it is? I actually think it's probably a Frostmoth at +1. I bet that's what it is. Yeah. So, and we have the... Oh, we don't have booster energy. Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, so we definitely wanted to outspeed something with a quiver dance, I think it was. So if that ever got off, yeah, I have to remember exactly the thought process of when I was building the team. So that's the Jugulus. Terra Dark, we really couldn't find a better Terra on it. We were probably tearing other things anyway. The Crest was a Terra candidate, the Ogerpon, the Mudsdale, the Gouging Fire. So you know what? Let's just go for extra dark damage, especially for that Farigiraf, because if we go for Terra Dark Dark Pulse, and we just maybe get a little bit of chip, we can pick it up. And there are some universes where it just picks it up in general. So yeah, that's the Iron Jugulus. Very bulky Pokemon naturally, so if we add a little bit of HP, it is good to go. Our Trick Room Sweeper this week is Mudsdale. I did mention a few minutes ago that things that I thought looked good initially, that in testing it just was not. Primarina, I remember my front office in our group chat, it was like, hey guys, what do you think looks good here? And everybody was like, Primarina looks amazing. But in practicality, against I mentioned that it can survive like a Moonblast, a Specs Moonblast against a Fluttermane. So it's definitely able to take a hit if needed from a Primarina and then just KO me back. And then I would need the Terra to win the 1v1. I didn't like the exchange, so I decided to not go with that because Mudsdale also hits it. Yes, its defense is a little higher. It's not affected by the Assault Vest, so I decided to go at it from a ground type standpoint. We do have the Assault Vest on here. The high horsepower Iron Head, Earthquake, Rock Slide. Earthquake, the Steam is designed to go with Earthquake. I've got a few protects on there. Levitate, Terra Flying, a flying type, things like that. So Earthquake is very, very nice into a team like this, and it can't be intimidated. As I mentioned earlier, my team is a little susceptible to Intimidate, especially with the absence of the Milotic just dropping it. So the Inner Focus helps with the Fake Out, and it helps with the Intimidate. We have the Terra Fire, just defensively against that Meowscarada. We are not running Terra Blast this week. We did do it one week, but we're not doing it. So those 4 moves, the offense and the Trick Room setup, which is done by Cresselia. So Cresselia is very nice this week. We have the Terra Electric just to have a neutral typing, because again, that Meowscarada is very frustrating, threatening with that knockoff. Psychic, Ice Beam, Lunar Blessing, Trick Room, and the Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet is there to break Focus Sashes. That was another thing. And also, like, it probably wins a 1v1 against a Gyarados if you're start going for waterfalls and stuff. At least you're taking chip from that Rocky Helmet, but I would say it's mostly there for those potential Focus Sash users. And Cresselia is just such a tank. We are running a little bit of an offensive one this week. I think we wanted the Psychic to do more damage to the Iron Hands. I forget if it's like a clear amulet set or something like that. I think it might be a 2-hit KO or something. I don't remember. Don't hold me to it. I really don't remember what the investment was here for this. The game's already done. But the Ice Beam was there for the Gliscor. Again, we had a plan for something that we don't think is coming, but even though it's not, we still have to have it. And also the Noivern too, just in case. It was able to hit 2 things quad super effectively. Lunar Blessing for obvious reasons, and the obvious Trick Room. Gengar. Gengar is a nice little piece this week. This is like the Batman's utility belt this week. We've got Terra Dark, just to resist those hits if we really needed to. We have the Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, and Acid Spray on this Pokemon. It is just going to be very, very annoying. The Gengar speed tier is very nice this week as well, so if he leads a certain way, we can go for that Acid Spray next to the Jugulus, so that's another lead. We mentioned the Gouging Fire Jugulus lead. We can go for Gengar Jugulus. We can go for a Wisp, into that Gengar, into the Iron Hands. That's what it is. We can't be faked out, which is really nice. So if you want to go for a Trick Room for whatever it might be, I can burn your Sweeper. And I don't think it's having Lumberry. It's possible. The Acid Spray, just in case he leads differently, we can go for Acid Spray, break a Sash, and then Jugulus just hits with a super amount of damage too. So I do like this lead. Taunt can also, once I find out what the item is on that Farigiraf or the Mimikyu potentially, I can taunt it. So if we ever see a Throat Spray from the Farigiraf, we could always just taunt it in the next game. Then now you can't fake us out and we can taunt you. So maybe lose the battle to win the war. So I do like it. And then we have Thunderbolt, just so that Gyarados is a little vulnerable. It's a little sneaky too. It does pick it up. So I do think that's a possibility as well. The last Pokemon, oh yeah, and the Focus Sash, because that's its best friend. The Ogerpon Cornerstone, just a pretty standard set. Ivy Cudgel, Woodhammer, Follow Me, Spiky Shield, pretty standard. We have enough speed to outspeed what we need to. What is right there? 163 outspeeds the Mimikyu just in case it's max speed for whatever reason. And it catches the Gliscor at the same time. We also have a fair amount of bulk in this one as well, 236 HP. Why do we have 236 HP? Oh yeah, so it was the highest HP stat total, and then we just actually went down to a multiple of 4 and then added 1. Because when you have to have an odd number because of curse damage. So Mimikyu can run curse sets, which is, I know it's really, you just have to optimize it, right? So it's not like this specifically survives something, it's just optimizing the max amount of bulk and also optimizing your HP. So it heals the most it can with Lunar Blessing because it heals a quarter. And then we have the odd number, so we just bumped it up 1 more to deal with that curse stuff. So now we can take 5 curse hits instead of 4. So way to over-explain things, Jay. But anyway, so that's the team. I'm super excited to actually show you guys what happened. I try to live in the space where it's like you guys think that I'm about to play the game, but a lot of the times I record this before, like after. So anyway, so I wonder what happens. Crazy, guys. But anyway, so have fun in the match. Comment down below what you think I should have brought, what he might bring. Maybe test yourself. Just do a little comment or what you analyze your set that I just did. And then maybe at the end respond to your own comment and just be like, ah, that is what he brought. Okay, I get that, or that was stupid, or whatever it might be. Jay, you're the worst team builder ever, kind of thing. Just rip into me, point out my mistakes, point out his mistakes, just have a lot of fun. Let's interact. It's all Pokemon, guys. So I will see you guys in the match in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Well, I guess I've already done the intro, so there's no point in saying welcome back and everything. But yeah. So this is week 5. We are about to face Cisco, and I'm a little nervous because this team was a little annoying to deal with in prep. I'm pretty sure I built like 5 teams or 4 different teams, and a bunch of stuff did not work. Let's just say that. Which music do we want to do? Sure, Elite 4. Oh my goodness. So we got a few different things. I guess Past Jay just went over the team itself and what it can do. So we have a few different modes. I'm looking at the Terra types here, and I see his team, and it is not what I was expecting. I gotta take good notes, and I do not have my little template ready to go. Oh boy, not good. I guess I'll just kind of write it down on the fly as they show up. I got the Terra types here. All right, I guess good luck, have fun. Let me just zoom out here. Good luck, have fun to Cisco. Let's dive in. So do we go the balls to the walls mode? Because there's no Heatran and there's no Iron Hands, which we don't really have to worry about the fake out. He doesn't really have a Trick Room mode, does he? He has a way of stopping Trick Room, so I don't think we're doing that. We do have like Acid Spray and stuff like that. Like, I feel like he wants to go Gyarados as a lead, right? So we could just catch, let's just go with our Jugulus, and like, he doesn't have fake out. Like, what? This is so interesting. I think this is what we do in a game 1, and then like the Gyarados, like, because our whole King Kong Fu Panda lead is just the Gyarados really doesn't like that. I mean, it doesn't really like the Gyarados. But if he goes Trick Room, then at least we can reset it with the Cresselia. Let's do this. I feel like this is fine. Looks like he's ready too. All right. This is exciting. We need a win here, boys. We need to win something fierce. Yeah, there's the Gyarados. I figured he would do it. So is he going to go for the Tailwind? So he found my Cloak and he found my Sash. We can break out a Thunderbolt. Will he catch it though is the question. Because he could just Terra here as well, right? Will he... Will he catch me is the question. I feel like we could just hit the Noivern here, break its Sash, and just go for a T-Bolt. Or we can go for a Will-O-Wisp. That would be really good, actually. Let's just get rid of it. You think? I feel like Will-O-Wisp is just better. We're going to find out which one it is. If it's supportive or not. Is he going to go for a Tailwind, though? I feel like he could. He found out we're not Booster Energy. He knows we're Cloak. Is it Dragon Dance? Because that's not my character. So if he goes for the Terra Dragon, then we covered it. Yeah, he did. Okay. So it's a good thing we didn't just go up for a straight up T-Bolt. Back row we have the Ogerpon, so what is he gonna go for here? Dragon Cheer? Oh, I see what he's doing. Well, we did go for the Will-O-Wisp, so Will-O-Wisp, we got it. Okay, is it Lumberry is the question? No way, right? That'd be so random. Okay, good. All right, so we did burn it. And, ooh, I wish that did too. Oh, that does nothing. And he didn't get the crit. That's crazy. So, is he not holding the scope lens? Because he's not, because that would have been a guaranteed crit, right? So, let me see. How are we beating this? Okay, we have this in the back row. I kind of want to get that off the field. So, like, what does he have in the back? Meowscarada, probably. He doesn't really have a bunch of great switch-ins, right? So, I feel like we can... This might just be a Tailwind, you think? Dark Pulse again, and then maybe Acid Spray? We could just go for a Taunt, I guess. Actually, Taunt into the Gyarados so we can't start Dragon Dancing. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, Tailwind goes off. What are you hitting? Is this a Dragon Dance? EQ. Okay, well, it knocks me down to my Sash. This is a really weird game. Not a crit again. Oh, there's the crit. Okay. Well, if that's critting Gengar, that doesn't do a lot of damage. I feel like we're playing with our food a little bit here. He's got the Tailwind up. Dark Pulse goes off. Okay, so... Yeah, that burn really hurt him, too. Let me see. So he's not really hitting... That's the thing. He's not even hitting our Jugulus. Why? I feel like he should be. We can switch in the Cresselia here, actually, for the Gengar. And I don't mind this Gengar late game, actually. Actually, do I? Let me see. Let's go for a Dark Pulse into... I feel like we could just... No, we gotta start hitting stuff, right? Yeah, he just double attacks here. Oh, he's going for this slot. Okay. And then EQ again. Waterfall. Oh, he doubled that slot. Okay. So we pick up a kill here. Cool, cool, cool. We don't even have Protect if you were playing around it, which is kind of funny. The Tailwind... Okay, so how much does this do? Ooh, that didn't do much at all. I wonder if that's like AV or something. Ooh, interesting. We should be writing things down. Gyarados. EQ, and he's got Waterfall. And then he's got the Noivern, Dragon Cheer, Air Slash, and he's got the Tailwind. Alright, now we have 30 seconds. We've wasted most of our time. He just picks up a double KO here, right? So we can go for a... It's really just the Meowscarada, right? Like, how many turns of Tailwind are left? 2? If we Protect here, I guess. Yeah, at least we don't get KO'd here, I guess. How did he target? U-turn goes off, okay. So now you're a bug type. Did he double the Jugulus? That'd be interesting. Yeah, no, you didn't. Okay, so this crit Gyarados. It's probably AV, I guess. Oh, Moxie. Oh, I guess I didn't see the Intimidate. I wasn't paying attention. So he's got the +1. Okay. So he did go for a U-turn. Does that mean he's Bandit? Actually, Cresselia looks kind of heat here, actually. Yeah, so his Tailwind's gone, so the Ogerpon's okay. Yeah, we're gonna go for Terra Electric here. Do we switch in this? I don't think so. It's only one more turn, right? Ooh, I really don't want this Gyarados to pick up the KO. It turned into a bug type, right? Yeah, the protein went off, yeah. Okay, so there's a Terra Electric. This is such a weird game, man. Oh my goodness. So it's Moxie Gyarados. And then Meowscarada as U-turn. Let me just check something here. Mimikyu comes in, okay. Who are you hitting? Ooh, we live! That's a big live. Dark Pulse goes off. Breaks the Disguise, that's massive. That's actually massive. Psychic goes off, okay. Probably doesn't do much. No, well, it's something. Alright, Tailwind's gone though, this is big. Okay, so the taunt's gone, he's +1. Okay, so we can just double the Mimikyu here, actually. I'm pretty sure. Ooh, do we pick it up, though, is the question. I feel like we don't. Let's go for a Protect here. And let's go for a Psychic into the Gyarados. No, we go for Ice Beam into the Gyarados. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because you're not threatening my Cresselia right now. Shadow Sneak goes off. Okay. Ice Beam goes off, okay. Doesn't do much at all. That's like nothing. Whoa! Whoa, we're looking at damage. Oh yeah, Rocky Helmet, let's go. I kind of don't want to lose my, yeah, I'm gonna get Shadow Snuck, I guess, right? Ooh, does Burn take out that Gyarados? Oh, we could just protect the next turn, I feel. So I feel like we're okay here. Do we get Trick Room up here is the question. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. We can go for a protect. Yeah, we're gonna get Shadow Snuck. I don't want this to happen. So let's go for a Dark Pulse. And then... Lunar Blessing? Let's go for Trick Room. Yeah, I think Trick Room's good here. That makes sense, okay. And if we flinch here, that would be really bad. This would be really bad. Yeah, okay. He goes down, okay. Don't flinch. Please don't flinch. Okay, good. Alright, I think we're okay here. Alright, then we have our Geotoadman, which is our super awesome Pokemon here. So we don't want him to reset the Trick Room. So... the thing is if he goes for a reset Trick Room and a protect on the Meowscarada, you wouldn't have... hold on. You wouldn't have protect and U-turn, would you? I don't think so. No. U-turn is usually for like just choice items and like AUV, right? Because I feel like we just pick up your Meowscarada here. If this is min speed Meowscarada, that'd be wild. That'd be insane. Well, we know what we're doing game 2, that's for sure. Will-O-Wisp goes off. Okay, is the Ice Beam enough? Oh, man. Where's my pen? Let me see. So, Mimikyu. That's got to be enough. Okay, Will-O-Wisp. Shadow Sneak. Okay, so we should pick this up. Like, I feel like we're not losing this. So we're gonna go for a Cudgel again. And then we're gonna go for a Lunar Blessing. Because, like, I don't want to... Baby Doll Eyes, why are you giving me free information? Alright. Okay, so probably Trick Room, right? It's gotta be Trick Room. Gotta be. Yeah, then the burn's gone. Cool. Ivy Cudgel goes off, and... Oh, look at you, Mr. Bulky. Holy cow. And I feel like Psychic is fine. Shadow Sneak goes off. Cool. All right, so we take game one. We're going to go for our insane strategy with our Gouging Fire, right? But if he goes... I don't think he goes the Gyarados again. Do you guys think he goes the Gyarados? I don't think he does it again. I feel like that Will-O-Wisp really hurt what he wanted to do. That was a really cool strategy, though. I've seen that kind of stuff with the Terra Dragon. But unless you're holding the Scope Lens, it's just not guaranteed crits. And he only got a handful of them. But again, that burn was really bad for him. That was I'm so glad we went for that instead of the T-Bolt. But yeah, we're going for our win in 4 turns turn, y'all. Let's go Kieran 2. Sure, I don't even know what this song is, but... Alright, so we're just gonna do it, right? And if he wants to go Trick Room, that is fine by me. Oh, but the Mimikyu Trick Room, though. I did show Taunt, though. He could be Mental Herb, I guess. So hold on. If we're gonna go around Trick Room, we need to bring the Trojan Horse here. There's no real, like, unless he leads the Gyarados or the Noivern, we don't really need to defensively Terra for the Gouging Fire. Who's in the back? Is it Cress again? I feel like Cress is just so good. Like, what on this team beats Cress? Like, I guess Meowscarada and the... I feel like this has got to be the Frostmoth, right? But I feel like a lot of things on this team want that Terra, so... Well, we can Earthquake with most things on this team, so... I feel like this is fine. I'm just afraid of that Mimikyu. If he goes for the Mimikyu, I guess I could double it up. So, that's not bad. So, maybe we don't need the... It's too good. It's too good. Yeah, you're not Intimidate, guy. That is something. The Gyarados had Earthquake Waterfall. Did I miss anything? Earthquake Waterfall. Frostmoth, Meowscarada. I figured you would do that. Okay. So, I feel like we just get rid of... Well, which one is holding the Focus Sash? Is the question. Yeah, both these Pokemon are very uncomfortable right now. Flare Blitz and... Do we go the Sunny Day? Feel like why not? Maybe not yet. Let's just double it, just in case it's Sash. If it's Ice Scales, I wonder if a Terra Water actually it survives. It's so frail, right? Oh, we're banded. Oh, should we have set the Sun though? If this is Ice Scales, I don't know if we pick up if he Terra Waters. Yeah, there it is, probably, right? Yeah, he did it. Okay, because if we go for the Sunny Day, it just dies. Hopefully we find that item if we lose this game. U-turn. Into what? Cool. So we're faster than you, unless you're like Scarf or something like that, right? So this double up could be good. Actually, we can get a flinch too if it's, unless it's like Shield Dust or something. Probably the Gyarados switch in here makes sense. He wasn't exactly sure who he wanted to pivot into. Frostmoth. Noivern, okay. Well, he's gonna get the Tailwind up the next turn. That kind of sucks. Found our choice band. He's probably like, oh no! Dark Pulse goes off. I don't think that's Ice Scales. It's gonna do a lot. Ah, it lives. I wish it didn't. Oh, we burned him too, so that thing's on a timer. Oh, Quiver Dance, okay. Damn, our Gengar's faster. But we're not. Oh, it's Leftovers. Leftovers, Quiver. But you're burned though. Well, I guess we have to hit you one more time anyway. Well, if you're gonna go fast, I'm gonna go slow, so that's fine by me. We're about to get ice beamed, right? We can go for a Terra. Do we need the Terra? I think we do. Oh wait, we have to Flare Blitz, right? So we go for Flare Blitz. Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. Flare Blitz into this, and then we go for a Sunny Day. Air Slash goes off. Don't flinch. That would really suck. Ice Beam goes off. Okay. Oh, we went for the Sunny Day for nothing now. Oh my goodness. I didn't even consider the double up, which is funny. Because that makes perfect sense that he would just double up. Huh. Well, at least I have my Terra. Now you're gonna get 2 hits off. That was a really bad turn for me, actually. Let's try to get the Trick Room up, I guess, right? Terra Electric Trick Room, I guess. But if he goes for a taunt, like Noivern has Dragon Cheer, Air Slash, Tailwind. I guess he could have taunt. He knows I'm Cloak. Honestly, an Ice Beam here would do a lot. But we need the Terra, though. We need the Trick Room, don't we? Trick Room, and then we'll go for Protect, I guess? No, we have to attack. We have to attack. Because, like, either way, we're picking up a KO here, I think, right? I think. So we got our Terra Electric. This is such an uncomfortable game. This is crazy. Like, I should have set the sun and just... Now that I know he's leftovers, you are going down, dude. Air Slash goes off. And then Ice Beam. Giga Drain, okay. Trick Room goes off. And now we underspeed both of you. Cool. I feel like this Trick Room is massive. Like, we need to win and, like... Wow. Crit, too. Wow. That 100% mattered. 100% mattered. Is it Mimikyu that comes in here? Alright, so I think we double the Noivern, or we don't want him to get the Trick Room up. Because it's got to be Mimikyu, right? Oh, Meowscarada's in the back. And it's just U-turned, right? It hasn't really done a whole lot. Yeah, that Trick Room was big. Oh yeah, Giga Drain, let's write that down. Giga Drain, and then it's Ice Beam. Come on, Jay, let's put this away. He's already Terra'd, so we can't stop the Noivern from going down. The Gyarados goes off. I definitely don't want to let him get... okay, so he can't... So it's just... Yeah, the Gyarados really isn't really threatening much. So we go for Ice Beam. And then we go for Dark Pulse. Yeah, why not? I guess he could Protect. Switch on the Meowscarada, that'd be fantastic. I think we just win here. I think... Like, he's already Terra'd. That Gyarados just has a weakened Waterfall in the Sun and Earthquake that can't hit either of my Pokemon. Oh, the Protect, nice. Dragon Dance, that would really suck for me. Waterfall, okay. Don't flinch, that would suck. Oh yeah, I'll take the Rocky Helmet chip. Yeah, dude, I'm just doing this again. Yeah, there's no reason why we don't just double this again, right? Let's go for Ice Beam here. And then... We just Dark Pulse again? I need to get that Gyarados within Rock Slide spam, Rock Slide range too. Because I don't have a lot of ways for this Mudsdale to hit that. I kind of need it on the field. How many turns of Trick Room? There's 3, right? So let's go Ice Beam. And then switch in the Mudsdale. Yeah, this might hurt me a bit because I want to do damage here, but like... Because also that Mudsdale is completely useless against the Meowscarada. I guess you go for the Waterfall Flinch into the Cresselia, and if you get it, I think you're in a really good spot. Good. Okay, that has to pick up. Oh, I guess not. Dragon Shear. Okay, so we're just gonna go... Oh, that's only +1. Okay, so we're just gonna go for Rock Slide. But he just protects here, right? 2 turns of Trick Room. Okay. So we go for Lunar Blessing, and then... Well, we might not get the Lunar Blessing. Let's Lunar Blessing, and then we'll go for a Rock Slide. And I feel like that's safe. That's fine. So he can, again, he can go for a weakened Waterfall, I guess. Hit the Gyarados at least. Thank you. That does a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. And I got the flinch. Oh my goodness. Oh no. He's gonna be like, oh man, I never get lucky, blah. Okay, so we're gonna go for... I guess we just heal up again, right? Unless we just guaranteed the kill. I really don't want that Noivern alive, do I? Hold on, what do I want here? So I've got the back row, the flying type, and the dark type, which kind of Meowscarada doesn't really want to see, so I think we'll save that. Let's go for Psychic into the Noivern, because it just protected, and the Rock Slide. Yeah, he goes... You have to. Like, I don't blame him for doing that. Rock Slide goes off, double KO. Yeah, I had to cover if I missed, so I could have Lunar Blessing there, but like I definitely didn't want to leave him. Yeah. Yeah, Meowscarada comes in, okay. Celestis hits nothing. Alright, I think we got this one. But do we want to let him pick up a KO is the question. Well, we go for Trick Room here no matter what. It's just what do we do with Mudsdale? Like, we go for Trick Room here, and then I think we just go for an Iron Head or something like that. We're just gonna go down to a Flower Trick. Oh, this Flower Trick picks us up, right? Yeah, it does. Let's go for Trick Room, and then let's go for the switch. Because, like, we gotta save our KD here. We really need to. Like, that loss last week really hurt us. Well, Flower Trick into that slot. Good. Oh, wait, did he? Oh, he went into that slot. Okay, yeah, we take that. Okay. Trick Room goes off. Cool. Alright, so we go for Ice Beam. And then we go for the Dark Pulse. Yeah, Dark Pulse does more. I don't know if this picks up. Like, I'm pretty sure Ice Beam didn't do... I can't remember what Ice Beam did. Yeah, it's not going to pick up. Do you pick me up here, though? Oh, I pick up. Oh, cool. Alright, well, GG's to my opponent. Those were some really interesting strats. I didn't even get the strat that I wanted off, which is crazy. I wanted to get the Sun up, and I wanted to go for the Choice Band boosted Sun, blah, blah, blah. Like, that would have been insane. But anyway, so I guess... Yeah, there were some missing pieces here that made the game a little interesting. He didn't have the Heatran, which gave my strategy problems. And he didn't have Intimidate, which would have given me even more problems, so... Yeah, I guess we got ourselves a win. We're +5 in the KD. We're back. We won 2-0, which is awesome. And let's see if... one second. Let's see... Good luck. Sorry, not good luck. GG's. Let's see. All right, you know what? We're gonna look at an outro, guys, and I will see you guys in just a second, okay? Yo, Cisco, welcome to the channel, man. How you doing? GG's.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me. GG's.
So this game, man, that you brought a lot different of a team than I was expecting, man. Like I was like, yo, no Heatran. I was hoping not to see Gyarados. No Iron Hands. I was like, what in the world?
No Iron Hands. Nope.
Yo, you cooked this week.
I think that's one of the, like, for me, one of the biggest things I've prepped in all of the draft league, actually, not bringing Iron Hands. I think Iron Hands is just like the biggest Pokemon that stands out in my team, and I think everybody preps specifically for that Iron Hands and setting up Trick Room. And I always think of like doing the opposite, and that's what I've done in almost all draft league. And unfortunately, it hasn't gone my way. But I think I've been prepping pretty well with like thinking what my opponents are gonna try to prep for and going for the opposite of that.
Well, I've been watching your games, man, and they're a lot of fun to watch, man. You're bringing some really cool strategies, man. I feel like I'm just watching your ladder videos when you're doing your battles, man. Like, the teams are really fun. Dude, like Dragon Cheer, you went for the... Oh, man, I wanted to do my strategy into your team was I was going to go for the Sunny Day, and then I was going to go for Choice Band boosted, Proto Attack boosted Flare Blitz into whatever and just delete everything.
Dude, when I saw that Sunny Day, I was shocked. I was like, what, Sunny Day? And then when I saw the Choice Band on that thing, oh my goodness.
I misplayed because, like, I just, for some reason, I just didn't think the double up into that slot was a thing. I'm like, what did I just set Sunny Day for? And then Gyarados comes out, I'm like, yeah, that's why I did it. I to lower the water moves. Yeah, that's why I did it. Yeah, I totally on purpose. yeah.
And then Frost was actually outspeeding there. Was actually pretty surprised. I took a gamble on that one. I know I was on, there was no tailwind up, so it was a little bit of a gamble trying to outspeed that gouging fire, because I wasn't sure if it was an outspeed there or not.
Yeah, I took speed out for sure. I actually didn't have any fast mode on there. It was more like just naturally outspeed the things. But then you add the Noivern and the Meowscarada, that I was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I'm not going to outspeed them anyway, so let's just drop it. I went down. I think I was just max speed on the Gengar just because it was Sash anyway. Okay, but like... Yeah. But yo, man, dude, if I didn't go for the Will-O-Wisp turn 1 game 1 and I almost went for the T-Bolt, I was like, let's just be smart here. I don't know what he has. I don't know if he's going to Terra.
Wait, you had T-Bolt on the Gengar?
I did, yeah. Actually, let me send you, hold on, I've been sending everybody my pace in the post games, so give me 1 second. Okay. Where is it? My screen. Paste. Yeah, send me yours. I want to see it.
See yours right
now. Where is it?
Gengar with Thunderbolt was not something I was expecting.
Oh, see, I was just like, will he? I think I even said before I did, I'm like, does he know I might have Thunderbolt? Like, I don't know. And I'm like, let's just be safe, man. He goes for a Dragon Dance or something like that. Like, I'd rather get the burn off right now, man. Like, if he Terras, I'm in trouble.
Why would you go Thunderbolt over any, like, stab move? Specifically just for the Gengar, for the Gyarados?
Well, I wanted to make sure I had something for the Gyarados, and it was either T-Bolt on Cress or the Gengar, and it was the Acid Spray. So it was basically going through leads. Dude, the biggest problem lead that I was having a huge issue with was it was Farigiraf. Iron Hands was a big problem. Like, I actually went through like three teams just to find something that could at least handle that.
Really?
Yeah, dude, and it's funny because if you were Terrafire or Clear Amulet or something like that, I tried bringing the... Dude, I had Choice Band Tauros on a team at one point with Wild Charge, because after the -1, I was able to pick up your Gyarados. But, man, the answer was just, like, Sun boosted, Attack Photosynthesis, Choice Band boosted, Gouging Fire, Flare Blitz into everything.
One tap to that Fergraph and that's
Literally. It. And even in game 2, because at the end of game 1, I was like, well, everybody, we know what we're doing game 2. Because I wanted to see what you were going to do in game 1. I'm like, if he leads the Gyarados, I'm in trouble. I didn't even catch the No Intimidate, by the way, in game 1.
You did it? I thought it was going to be so obvious. I thought it was
gonna be so
obvious.
I'm not paying attention in some of my games, man. Like, it's crazy. I missed a Proto week 1, like, on a Flutter Mane. And, like, because I remember when you got the Moxie, I'm like, oh, he's Moxie. And I'm like, dude, it's like turn 6, man. Why am I noticing this now?
No, yeah, that was my biggest game plan. I was hoping with that lead just to kind of like walk through your team. I think that was something that no one would ever prep for or ever think of. And I think I
never would have.
Unfortunately, now it's going to be out there next whenever this goes out. But I think that's a really good strategy. I mean, Gyarados was doing a really good job at doing damage. Even though it was burned, it was still doing good damage. But the fact that you burned it kind of just like made it a lot weaker than it should have been.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the... Hold on, I gotta get my... Where is it? The window capture up. 1 second. Switch capture off. Okay, there it is. What am I doing here? Hold on. Window capture. Up. There we go. Okay, so I got your team here. We got Frostmoth leftovers. Dude, I was afraid of Sash. Meowscarada, Choice Scarf. Ooh, to get around my Proto. Nice. Throat Spray for Ridgeraff. Yeah, I figured you would try to Imprison. Yeah, I was just like, man, like, and the Throat Spray was a big problem for me as well.
You want to hear my thought process behind the Fergraph?
Yes.
Primarina on your team looked fantastic into my team.
Yeah, initially, I thought it did too.
And I was so surprised that you didn't bring it. So my thought process was you were probably going to bring Fergraph, give it the room service so that I can outspeed all my Pokemon on the Trick Room and just sweep with it. So my idea was,
I was thinking about it.
Marina, I was going to go for that Imprison, to imprison your Hyper Voice.
Oh, the Hyper Voice. Oh, that would have been so cool, dude.
That was my thought process, but after I saw no Prim, I said I have no use for this Fergraph. I'm not going to bring it in whatsoever.
Oh man, no, that I actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. Your prep must be good, man, because I actually had room service Prim as an idea to enable it. I just had too hard of a time getting it going because it was like, I think it was the hands, I couldn't pick it up, so I would lose the 1v1 and I had to like commit my Terra to the Prim, which wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was just so good on Cresselia. The Terra Electric, I'm like, I don't want to take a knockoff, I don't want to take a Bug Buzz, I don't want to take...
That Terra Electric was so nice. That Terra Electric was so nice for you.
I needed it, man. Cress has been my MVP this season. I've been enjoying it, but yeah, man. Oh, AV Gyarados. Okay, I think I did like a Dark Pulse into it. I'm like, yo, I think no, it was Ice Beam.
Damage, yeah.
I was just like, whoa, like I know this thing is bulky. And look at the investment too. Oh my goodness.
Yup. Because I had a really good, so I had my Mimikyu as my Intimidator with Baby Doll Eyes.
Yeah.
So that was going to be my method of bringing down the attack stats, and then Gyarados can just fly through. Because I feel like most of your team is special. I think the vast majority is going to be through special attacking, besides the Ogerpon and the
GF Fire.
Yeah. But that was my thought process. Like, this Gyarados can tank hits, raise his own attack stat, and just sweep through the team. And it got close. It got close in game one. I think
it did.
If it wasn't for that Will-O-Wisp, I think it would have ran through the team.
And I wasn't 100% sure I'd pick up the Meowscarada either. And I was like, because I think that if I was like a waterfall flinch away from like making it really interesting, because I think I went for a Trick Room in that first game, and it was just like, if I don't get this Trick Room off, this gets really dicey. And you didn't get the flinches you needed.
So that's another thing. That's where I'm gonna speak on RNG. I feel like RNG has just not been on my side this whole draft league. And so, how many waterfalls or Iron Heads did I go for in these games?
I didn't even know you had Iron Head. So I know that you went for a bunch of waterfalls. Did you get one?
No, I didn't get a single flinch. I didn't get a single flinch with waterfall. And then I called it in my video as well. I said, watch him get a flinch with Rock Slide. And lo and behold, he got a flinch. I was just like
trying not to miss them. That was the problem, and I didn't miss any of them. I was like, oh, thank God.
I crashed out. You'll see my crash out when the video comes out.
Oh, I love watching that. I love watching the perspectives of my opponents, just to kind of see the mindset, man. I've been really enjoying it, and I hope you have too, because it's really interesting.
I've been enjoying it, yeah.
Well, it's cool just to kind of see the other perspective. It's like, what were they thinking on this turn? Like, and sometimes you're like, oh man, that was so smart, and then you watch their perspective, and you're like, they had no idea what they were doing.
It looked smart, but they had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah, the baby doll eyes and the Will-O-Wisp is cool because like that gets around Terra Fire, gets around Clear Amulet, whatever it is. I like that. I took the free information when you used it at the end of game one. I'm like, I'll take.
I thought about that. I'm like, why'd I do that? Why would I do that?
I was like, thank you very much, sir.
Because I think what it was, I was trying to mitigate the amount of damage that the Meowscarada would take. So I wanted to get that burn off first, but then you got the crit regardless. But I don't think
Lunar Blessing is busted, man. Lunar Blessing's so broken. Like, it's been. I had no appreciation for Cresselia until this season, and I didn't even want to draft it. I said that in my draft review, whatever it is, when I analyzed my own team after the draft. I did not want it. I know other people think it's great, so I was like, let's give it a chance. This is the season of chances. I didn't get the team I really wanted, so let's kind of run with it. And I'm in love.
No, and it was your MVP in this game for sure. I think you tried to use your Iron Jugglers to most of it, but I think it wasn't doing much for you. I think it was just sitting duck there, and that's why I kind of ignored it most of the time. But then when Cresselia come out here, it had that Trick Room pressure. It did really good damage with Ice Beam and Psychic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised with the amount of damage it was outputting. Like,
same.
That was significant damage. So like, I think Cresselia definitely carried that game for you and let you play at your pace. You set up the pace, and just dominated with it.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those games where I was like reacting. I was playing a very reactive game because like you had the pressure on. I think I got a little lucky with the Will-O-Wisp because again I wasn't really sure. I figured it was just safer, but I'm like, if he goes for like, I don't know, like a T-Wave here, that would be kind of annoying or whatever it is. So I'm like, I'm gonna find out if this is support or not. So at least I know there's no damage coming in my way if I get a Will-O-Wisp off, and I could have missed it too. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
And then you started getting the crits. Once I saw that you didn't get the crit, I'm like, oh, it's not Scope Lens. Because I've only ever really seen that strategy with Scope Lens and the Dragon Cheer, Terra Dragon.
That's most of the item that we run with. But I just wanted my Gyarados to be like just a tank to be able to absorb as many shots as possible. That's why I did no speed investment. I did just 4 speed investment into the Gyarados just because I wasn't really worrying about speed. I was worrying about its bulk. I wanted it to be as bulky as possible and just withstand as many shots as possible.
Well, Gyarados is really good. Like I haven't really used it super well. Like I've kind of, it's been dicey for me when I've had it. I've had a hard time getting it to work, but I just hate facing it because like there's so many sets it can run, like the Icy Wind and the T-Wave and the Waterfall Flinch, and then you have the
Taunt as well.
Taunt as well, dude. Did you have Taunt anywhere? Because I was afraid of that in game 2.
No, I had no Taunt whatsoever because I wasn't worried about you setting up that Trick Room because I had methods of canceling out that Trick Room. But speaking to your Gyarados, like I think the first and second week, no, first week specifically though, I used it as a supportive Mon, and then now here I was using it as an offensive Mon, and it's so versatile. I love it, and I think I love my team, to be honest. I'm really happy with the team I drafted. I think a lot of people are saying that it's all over the place, that there's no cohesiveness to it, but I think each Pokemon I've been able to build them together, which works pretty well. Unfortunately, don't have the results to show for it, like I said, but I think I've been pretty comfortable with playing this team, and I'm happy with how it's been performing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I haven't built 4 teams or 5 teams to face any opponent this season. I will tell you that.
I'll take that one. I'll take that one at least.
Yeah, take it as a compliment, man. Like, same thing with John Luke last week, man. Like, I faced John Luke, and I was just like, I don't know what his team does preseason. And then I went into the prep, and I was like, man, this guy's team is really annoying to deal with because, like, there's no mode. It's not like you're facing, oh, I got to stop Rain, or I got to stop Trick Room, or I got to stop this, or whatever it is. And your team is just like, man, there's so many combinations that, like, if I get the wrong position on the board against this team, I'm in a lot of trouble. Like the Meowscarada late game, if I wasn't ready for it, I just lost.
Yeah, I think Meowscarada could have swept if it wasn't for you setting up Trick Room.
Well, and that's why I was just, it's funny, setting up a Trick Room for an Ogerpon Cornerstone.
Like, it's so funny, yeah. It's one of the fastest Pokemon, and you're setting up Trick Room for it.
Well, I knew the Meowscarada was in the back, and because I think you turned out, and I was just like, oh man, like, I think, like, I need to get Trick Room up here. I'm like, I think I just win, but like, again, I was a flinch away from losing either of those games. I was like a Will-O-Wisp miss away from losing that game, because like you said, like that EQ, like, it would have done so much damage, man, and like the waterfalls, and yeah, it definitely different universe where that game goes a lot differently, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think if we wouldn't have gone that burn off, I think Gyarados would have run with it. Maybe doubling down the Gengar turn 1 might have been an option, but like I said, you still would have been able to outspeed and still get that burn off. So I mean, that was a really good Will-O-Wisp on your part.
I don't like running it because I call it Will-O-Miss. I miss way too many of them. Like any move that's not 100%, I've been doing Heat Waves, bro. Don't get me started.
I miss, but unfortunately, I didn't get that miss.
Well, you were due for one, and you just didn't get it against me. You are due, man. No. Like you're. The timing.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get one dub at least. I'm hoping to get at least one win on the board. I know me and then someone else is also, I think, 0-5 or 0-4 or something like that. So.
Oh, I think it's Alex. Yeah, Alex is 0-5 right now. But yeah, he's yeah, you know what? I've had those seasons before too, man, where it's just not going your way, man. And it's just the hard part is actually going into the next week and actually building and getting to the PC to build, and then just actually, you know, like putting effort in the next battle. Like I've checked out 2 seasons as well. So, but hey, you know what's fun? Which brings new life to a team? Transactions. And I think this is the deadline.
I've heard about transactions. I've heard, but I just don't see who I would swap in my team. You know, I really don't see who I'd drop, who I would want to move out.
Go with the most fun. The most fun Pokemon that's available, and there's a lot of doozies on the tier list. We can go over it if you want. Not right this second on camera, but maybe another time,
yeah.
whatever it is. But yeah, man, if you like your team and you want to roll with it, roll with it. I think it's a lot of fun. But like usually when the season's not going your way, you just make trades and you're just like, let's just have some fun with this. You know, Pokemon play spoiler, which is always really annoying when you beat a team that's trying to fight for the playoff spot.
Yeah, it's right for the playoff spot, yeah.
Dude, I needed this one so badly.
That's what I was hoping to do today. That's what I was hoping.
What?
Because I know like the standings are the standings look really hard right now to get into the top 4.
It's tight. It's so tight, man. Like,
you have
and
4
John
teams
Luke
that are 3-1. Yeah, John Luke is doing really good.
Justin as well. He's running away with
doing really
it.
good. Gucci's doing really well. Those 3 players I've played, and they play a really good battle there. So, I was hoping to just come up with like the most craziest thing. I felt like I was recording a video for this. I thought I was like a whole YouTube video that I was doing back in the days, recording a fun video, fun battles that would catch just completely off guard. And it did catch me off guard.
You did, for sure. I was just like, what in the world? But again, it just sucks. Sometimes I always say there's a little bit of luck involved in Draft League sometimes, in a sense where what you're bringing counters, or what somebody brings counters exactly what your game plan is. And there's always that chance that happens. So like, for example, if you just happen to bring or leave the Heatran at home, the Heatran makes my strategy this week a little complicated. You did bring the Gyarados, but it wasn't Intimidate. So again, like, you just didn't happen to, like, you could have, there's a universe where you could have brought either of those, 2 things, and it would have been a whole different ball game. But again, you wanted to go with this strategy, which worked. It's just, again, not against the team that I brought. So if I brought a different team, maybe one of the other 4 teams that I brought, and I was just getting dummied by. So again, I always say, like, you know what? Sometimes when you lose a week, it's just like, you know what? It's sometimes just how she goes, boys.
And then the reason for the Moxie over the Intimidate was, even though I kind of just ignored Intimidate and said, hey, I want to use Moxie this weekend, but I think one of the biggest things was, number 1, the stamina on Mudsale. I mean, getting that crit just ignores that stamina completely. You can get +6 and it doesn't matter to me.
That's a good point.
And then the Intimidate. I was really worried that you would bring in that Intimidate, as most of my Pokemon are physical attacking. I mean, you have my Gyarados, you have my Meowscarada, Iron Hands, Gliscor. You have a lot of Pokemon Mimikyu that are all physical attacking Pokemon. So I thought you really would bring that Intimidate Pokemon just to hinder my stuff. So Gyarados wouldn't care about that Intimidate. Get that Mox boost up, get a crit, and go for some damage. But unfortunately, like you said,
the Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, the Will-O-Wisp really put a stop to my plan. But hey, it was fun. It was fun to use Gyarados with Moxie and a Dragon Cheer.
Yeah, man, keep building these crazy teams. Yo, max speed Choice Scarf, get out of here. What is this Meowscarada?
The reason for the Meowscarada was your Iron Jugulis, just in case it was booster speed for you to set up that Tailwind. That's what my idea was. That was your fastest Pokemon.
Oh, and then triple axle, picks me off. Yeah.
Yep, and that was the big idea of going for that triple axle to pick you up. But you never showed me Tailwind, so I said, hey, I don't have to worry about this.
Yeah, I kind of midway through that set, I was like, kind of wish I brought Tailwind, man.
Because if you would have in the first game, turn 1, if I would have seen that boost energy, my game 2 would have been 100% Meowscarada for the lead. That way, I pick up your Iron Jugulis, and there's no issue whatsoever with that.
Well, like, I was not expecting Scarf, man, so you definitely would have picked up that KO, so...
Yeah, I calculate exactly, just make sure to pick up that KO. I made sure that triple axle picked up, I made sure that I was outspeeding you, that was my counter to your Jugulis and setting up Kirker 100%.
Wait, didn't you lead it in game 2?
Yes,
I led the Jugulis in game 2, right?
Yeah, but
you didn't go for it.
I saw the Gouging Fire, so I was like, hell no, I'm out.
Oh, yeah, I guess you had to kind of get out of there, yeah.
Because I saw your Protect on your Jugulis, so I was like, hey, he can easily just Protect, and he crashed my Meowscarada, and that's almost one of my strongest attacks.
Oh, and you didn't see the band until after you turned out. No, bro, if I went for a Burning Bulwark there, bro.
Yeah, because I didn't have Frisk, unfortunately, so I didn't bring Noivern into the second matchup at the beginning, and so I said, hey, the safest play here is to go for... I was going to straight swap, but I said, hey, why am I going to swap if I can just U-turn out? I know.
Seriously. Well, I guess maybe to get around a Protect or something like that, but yeah. No, there's no way Gouging Fire.
I didn't even think about Burning Bulwark, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think about Burning Bulwark whatsoever.
Well, but why would you, though, now that I think of it? It's like, if you have a Gouging Fire, I think I even said, when I saw Meowscarada and Frostmoth, I'm like, Gouging Fire is very comfortable right now.
No, it was extremely comfortable. 2 Pokemon extremely weak to Fire-type moves, so that's why I had to Terra my Frostmoth right away. But the thing is, what kind of ruined my game 2 was Number one, Frostmoth I think has been my MVP this season. Like the amount of damage this thing does with one command is insane. Like I love Frostmoth. I have a really good appreciation for Frostmoth. But that Flare Blitz did a ton of damage, man. Like that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, dude, I would have picked up the Oko too if I set the sun, man. Like, the only reason I didn't do it is because I'm like, if this thing has Focus Sash, I don't want to do this. I just need to like double it and get some chip off and whatever. And I didn't pick up the KO. But then I saw the leftovers. I'm like, all right, well, we know we're doing game 3 now. So
another thing was that burn. If it wasn't for that burn,
yeah,
that was a really lucky burn.
It was for sure.
That just stopped my leftovers HP. If I would have not gotten burned there, my Frostmoth would be sitting in a really good position. It wouldn't have died out to the Dark Pulse, which, I mean, maybe it would have survived no matter what, but...
Well, the crit was big there, because you're +1 special defense, and you had Ice Scales. I'm pretty sure you take that.
Correct, yep, Ice Scales, yeah, so... but even then, if we didn't get burned, like, I would be sitting at a much higher HP, and that's why I had Giga Drain this week.
Yeah.
Giga Drain does well into most of your Pokemon, it does neutral damage, so after a +1, +2, Giga Drain, no matter if it's stab or not, it's going to start doing some really good damage, and we can start getting really bulky, but unfortunately... things didn't turn out my way, as I've said all this this draft league.
You'll get one. You're gonna get one. Don't worry. It's coming. Like there's only so many times like you know where you just keep kicking the can, man. It'll happen, man. You just build some fire next week, man, and you'll get one. So maybe look at some transactions, see if there's something fun that you want. You're like, I've always wanted to try this, and you know maybe like a strategy or whatever it is.
The fun part about next week is that it's me against Alex, so one of us is gonna get. One is gonna get on the winning column there.
Yeah,
there's only gonna be one person to get that win. So
there's only one winless team left after next week,
and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, it should be fun, man. I've been looking like this season's been a lot of fun so far. Just watching everybody's games and yours and everybody else's perspectives. It's been a lot of fun, and the editing everybody's been doing, which has been fantastic. But hey, I don't want to keep you any longer. But thank you so much for joining me. It's always fun to do these little post-game interviews and stuff like that, or post-game chats. I didn't even intend to do it when the season started. I just called one person. I'm like, yo, you want to talk? And Shotgun was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's been good. But hey, thank you very much for joining me, and everybody, go check out Cisco's perspective if you haven't, because that's what I'm gonna do right after this. So you guys may as well do it right now. I'll probably will I put a card up there, Future J? If I don't do it, comment down below saying that I forgot and make fun of me for being old and forgetful. But if I do, just put like, I don't know, something nice. Guys, say something nice for a change in the comments. Why not? Say something nice. But anyway, go check out Cisco's channel. A lot of fun stuff. He's going to be doing some, what's it called? Some, what is it? Champion stuff coming out. I would imagine you're going to be hitting that pretty hard.
100%.
And also, go watch his first win. He's going to get one next week, right?
I really hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, and hey guys, don't forget to show some love here at our channel. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And again, I do want to do like a little fun animation where I kind of scroll down to like this fake YouTube kind of screen where I show the subscribe button. Go check and see if you're not subscribed. Some people, they think they are and they're just not. So go check it out. Again, go sub to Cisco's channel, like, subscribe to both of them. And I will see you guys in the next one. Cisco, I'll see you next week. Peace, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good night.